Hi guys, and welcome back to Pacifica Airlines. Today's a very exciting day. We are taking possession of our first 737 in Flight Sim 2020. It is a payware 737, a payware model, an add-on for the game, which I paid. I think I paid around about 39 New Zealand dollars, so it wasn't too bad. We're in desperate need of a 737 in our virtual airline in Flight Sim 2020. The 737 and FSX was my favorite aircraft to fly. I just love the 737. This is the 4th generation 737 model that Boeing made, I think it is. So I'm very happy to have downloaded it and have it now as part of our fleet in the Flight Sim 2020 game. It's actually had mixed reviews, this add-on, from experienced and more knowledgeable and experienced flight simmers than me. It's sort of had mixed reviews. They sort of say the outside of the plane looks beautiful, it looks great, everything's there the way it should be, but there's been a bit of criticism as far as the cockpit goes. All the detail, all the technical things, all the accuracy in the cockpit, the authenticity, that leaves a little bit to be desired. But as far as I go, it is a 737 and I can fly it from A to B. I can include it in my airline services. And if it's getting me from A to B and it's getting the passengers from A to B and it's functioning as part of our airline, I'm not too worried about those deeper sort of technical issues as far as the accuracy of the detailed systems and things. You know me, I just like to get in and fly from A to B, enjoy the beautiful airliners, the beautiful planes, and the scenery. And basically just have fun, and that's about as technical as I get. Call me shallow, I don't mind. I'm just a casual, fun flyer. So I'm very happy to have this 737 as part of our services. Now, it was delivered from the Boeing factory down to here, which is KLAX, Los Angeles, and we've taken possession of it in Los Angeles, and I'm now going to fly it to our home base in San Diego, where it will be decked out properly for our airline. The theming, the seats, and the seat covers, and all these things will have our logo on it. It'll be completely decked out for our airline. We may not keep this one long term because there will be more 737s becoming available later. I think PDMG are going to be putting one out for us to enjoy in Flight Sim 2020. And their range of add-on aircraft are absolutely stunning, not only outside, but inside as well. Very detailed with the systems and the functions, and what you would call a study level aircraft. This is not what they call a study level aircraft. You can get in and fly it and enjoy it, and that's basically what I'm going to do. It is for our virtual airline. It is going to fill a purpose, fill a role, and that's all we need. Okay, so let's fly this new 737 home to our base in San Diego. Now, to me, the cockpit looks fine. They say it's a little bit of a mix between a 787, a 747, and all sorts of things have gone on here with the design and the layout. But for me, it's okay. It's got all the right functions. It does all the things it's supposed to do. And, well, what more could I ask? The real hard enthusiast sort of flight simmers, the ones that really like to get into the technical issues, they can require a bit more. They like a little bit more study sort of involved, a little bit more of the technical stuff they need to work on and work through, but not for me. I'm happy just flying from A to B. So for me, it is fine. This is my first time flying it from A to B. So we're going to see how we go with it. This functions here, the flight control panel. I think it must be basically the same as the Airbus and the 747, which I've flown a few times. The autopilot should basically sort of be the same. So let's have a quick look. We got our Auto throttle there, flight director there, that's on already. Our speed, we're going to set our speed at around about maybe 230. 230 for our speed. Speed mode on. I think we'll turn that on once we get going. Altitude, we're going to travel at around about, it's on a short hop. We're following low altitude airways, so I'm going to put that about 7,800. We're going to turn on the virtual speed so to tell our aircraft to actually climb once we've taken off. My voice is a bit croaky. I've been a bit sick the last couple of days. I've got a bit of a head cold. I am feeling a lot better today, so I can confirm it's probably not the coronavirus. However, I am not going out. I'm playing it safe, and if I do need to talk to people, I am wearing my mask. So I'm playing it safe anyway. But I'm feeling a lot better today, so it obviously is just a bit of a head cold. I say I've got that there. This must be, that's the autopilot. Engage autopilot. Okay, 3 engage autopilot buttons. That must be the force disconnect of the autopilot. Okay, so this is our flight director. That is on. Okay, our engines are running. I think we're ready to go. Let's have an external check of everything. I've done it, but I want to show you anyway. Make sure all the flaps, everything are working fine. Bit of an external check. Yep. So we can fire up these engines and depart and head home to San Diego. Let's take this baby home. I don't know how this thing's going to fly or what it's going to be like to land, so it is a bit of a learning experience for me. Hopefully nothing untoward happens. We'll have to start again, but let's hope we have a good run right from the start. Oops, a little bit shaky on the takeoff. Positive rate. Let's take our gear up. It is a lovely looking plane from the outside. Unfortunately, we don't have it painted in the livery of our Pacific Airlines. So we're going to just use the stock standard Boeing theme, the Boeing colours at this stage, until we see what happens with it. If we keep it long term, and we want to keep it as a permanent fixture in our fleet, we'll try and look at how we can get it painted in our airline colours. Okay, I'm going to see if I can turn on this autopilot and see what happens. Where's the autopilot? Autopilot. Where did I see that autopilot? Engage autopilot here. Okay. The LNAV. There's the LNAV. Oh no, I don't want to turn that on. We're over speed already. LNAV is on, so that's good. Okay, I'll acknowledge you. There we go. Are you happy now? 124.3 Okay, so let's just check down here to make sure. We've got to lift our flaps up, otherwise we're getting clicking noises if we're going too fast, which we are for the level of our flaps for our setting. So bring up our flaps. We're almost at our target speed, a little bit above our target speed, and we're climbing here. So that is good. We're going to climb to 7,800 feet. Could have been a little bit higher actually. I might go to 8,500. Okay, should be heading over to intercept our course. This has been logged into our plane's computer. Beautiful clear day today. Can see for miles. Okay, just intercepting our course, and we're on target. So goodbye Los Angeles, and we're on our way to San Diego. Now you can see here I've got LNAV selected, speed set at 250, altitude set at 8,500. So far so good. The autopilot system, the flight control system here, seems to be all working fine, so that's good news. Among mixed reviews of this aircraft, well, so far it seems to be working okay. And I guess if you're comparing the cockpit with a real Boeing 737, maybe it is a bit off and a bit out. But just as a standalone cockpit, just as it is, for what it is, I think it looks great. It will do us for our airline because it's functional and it does the job and it does everything it's supposed to do. Well, so far. We will see when we get to the approach and the landing. Right, there's the coast of Los Angeles, heading down the bays. Beautiful view today. Lovely view, and I'm going to really enjoy having a 737 part of our fleet. As I said, it is my favorite airliner to fly. I like the wingtips on this. This is the 737 MAX. The wingtips are quite different, aren't they? Some of the older 737s just had a winglet that went up. This one's got the one up, one down. Looks quite, it's quite different, quite interesting. The last few flights I've done have been pretty cloudy. We've had some pretty heavy clouds, so haven't had a lot of good views, but today is just perfect. Okay, I'm going to fade out here and I will cut back in again once we're a bit closer to our descent, once we're in our descent and we're coming around for the lineup for the landing. So stay with me. Okay, so we are on our descent now, and soon we're going to be turning slightly to the left and to head inland. We're going to be approaching over San Diego City today, so we're going to be flying low over the hills and over the buildings and the skyscrapers of downtown San Diego. So that's going to be exciting. I haven't done that before. I usually approach and land from the sea end, but this time we're coming in over the city, which is probably more correct or more authentic actually. I think the planes, a lot of them do come in over the city. So it's going to be quite exciting. We should see some really nice scenery over there as we come in below over San Diego. We haven't got any passengers on today. I still want to do a nice smooth landing the best I can, always trying to improve. But we're basically just bringing the plane home to our home base, so we don't have any passengers. We won't be parking at the terminal. We're going over to our workshops where it'll be kitted out and set up for our services. With all the nice headrests and all the things with our logos, and kitted up with fresh food, drinks and snacks, and checked over and looked over by the pilots and the team. So it's probably going to be a few days before its very first maiden flight for our airline, Pacifica Gold Airways. So no doubt you'll be on that flight, our first flight for the service. So that's a lovely video which will be coming up. So no passengers today. We're just basically delivering the plane home to our home base in San Diego. Okay, so I'm slowly and gently descending now to 3,500 feet, which is a good altitude to be at as we intercept the ILS, and see if we can do an ILS landing today. If we've got everything set up right and I've programmed the autopilot correctly, we should do a nice smooth ILS landing. Failing that, if I haven't done everything right, I have to be ready to turn off the autopilot and do a manual landing. So we'll just see how it goes. As I say, it's the first time I've flown this plane, so I'm a little bit unfamiliar with any sort of bugs or issues or the systems. So we'll just see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be a landing we can all walk away from. No passengers on board, so I don't have to worry about whether the landing is too rough or too bumpy today. I've just got to try and sort out the plane and get used to flying it and landing it, I guess. Beautiful view there over the gullies and the valleys and the mountain range in the background. We're approaching our target altitude, 3,500 feet. Very soon we'll start bleeding off a bit of speed. In fact, I can probably do that now. Bring our speed down a little bit and start dropping some flaps. Gear down, coming around now to our final approach, low and slow, over downtown San Diego. I don't know how it goes, don't know how this is going to go, guys, no promises. It's going to be successful, but we'll see how we go. Hopefully this plane will do everything it's supposed to do and we'll have no issues. Just dropping some flaps now, just because we've got our speed around about 160, 170 knots, so I've got some flaps down. By the time we reach the runway, we should be on full flaps. Just a slow sweep round to the left, to the right now. As you can see on our flight planner here. And those hills are looking rather close. Interesting. Okay, see that mountain on the right hand side there, or about the middle of the screen. San Diego Airport is just tucked in behind that. So we're just going to curve around the edge of that mountain and the runway should come into sight as we curve around. So far this 737 MAX has done everything it's supposed to do. In real life it has a bit of a sad history, as you know. There were 2 incidents, very bad crashes, 2 big disasters with a lot of fatalities. So Boeing were prosecuted actually. It cost them millions of dollars because of the issues with the aircraft technically that they hadn't fixed, but they're all fixed now. So the 737 MAX is now in service around the world, and hopefully, like all the other 737s, it will be in service for a long time and a very, very reliable and successful successor to the past 737s. Okay, just coming around now on the right hand side, just on the right hand side you can see San Diego Harbour and the airport as well. Just slightly over to the right there. Here we go, turning now to for the final approach. Now I'm going to turn on approach hold soon if our little ILS diamonds show up here. At the moment there's no ILS sort of display or diamonds showing up in the display. So maybe I've done something wrong or haven't turned on the right display or something, I'm not sure. However, we will continue our approach, and if they don't come up, I will complete the landing manually. But it would have been nice to see the ILS landing system work for the first time. Some simple little thing I haven't done, I think. There we go, we're coming in as straight as an arrow. There's the San Diego airport straight ahead. KSAN. Let's drop our speed down a little bit. And give ourselves a little bit more flaps. Can bring our altitude down. See, the autopilot's not really doing a lot for us as far as the ILS approach. So we'll manually bring our altitude down. Okay, almost on full flaps now. Got a bit of sun glare, but there we are. There is downtown San Diego, guys, right ahead of us. We're going to swoop down pretty low over those buildings. So this will be exciting. So I'm manually bringing my altitude down. In fact, I really think I'm going to turn the autopilot off and do this manually now. The ILS system does not seem to be engaged. So let's do a manual landing. Fingers crossed. Let's see how we go. Okay, flaps down 4. Well, a little bit rough, but I have seen worse. A little bit rocky up and downy, but yeah, we made it. And I just really need to figure out what I did do or what I didn't do in regards to the ILS approach. Obviously something I'm missing, so I'll need to do a little bit of work with that. Right, so we're not taxiing to the terminal since we haven't got any passengers on. We're heading over to our workshops area where the plane will be updated, upgraded and managed and prepared for our passenger services. Okay, I'm going to park it here and let the maintenance and the refurbishment team prepare it for our services. So I'm going to leave it here, and they will take it to the workshops or where they want to take it. But I hope you enjoyed that flight, our first little flight delivering our new 737-8 MAX. Make any comments you like down below. Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever. I don't mind. And I'm really looking forward to getting the hang of the 737 and using it on a daily basis for our services. Okay, I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Keep safe. Take care. Ciao.